Most people expect long-term travel or leaving abroad to cost a fortune. And sure, if you pick expensive countries, your hard-earned money might not get you that far. But if you avoid popular, super expensive destinations like Italy or Australia and stick to some of the cheapest countries in which to live and work, you might be. Why slave away in a downtown office when you could be exploring new cultures, having adventures, and earning a decent living abroad? In fact, a low cost of living is one of the biggest draws for many people to move and work abroad. Although salaries will often be lower, your expenses should be too. There are also many well-paid jobs to be found, which will allow you to stretch your money even further while living in a cheap destination. Now, let us have a look at 10 of the cheapest countries to live and work this year. Number 10. Poland. If your heart is set on working and living in one of the cheapest countries to live in Europe, Poland is another fantastic and affordable option. Much less known than its neighbor Germany, Poland is slowly becoming a hotspot for international travelers and expats. The big cities of Warsaw and Krakow are very modern and have all the Western amenities you could need, but at half the price you'd spend in Germany. Teaching is an option, but there are also a whole set of professional service job opportunities to be found that can pay very well. If you're after a once-in-a-lifetime adventure on a budget, Peru might be the perfect country for you. Bonus that it's one of the cheapest countries to live and work. Ranked as one of the cheapest countries in the world, your dollar will stretch a lot further here than in other South American countries. Hiking the Inca Trail and visiting Machu Picchu are musts for any visitor, but there are many other lesser-known gems to discover too. Living and working in Peru will give you plenty of time to explore the Inca Kingdom, from the sand dunes in Ica to the Amazon rainforest. No list of the best and cheapest countries in the world would be complete without a mention of Thailand. Even before the movie famous as The Beach, travelers all around the world had fallen in love with the country of smiles. Living costs are incredibly low here, even in big cities like Bangkok and Chiang Mai. Beach resorts tend to be slightly more expensive but are still cheap compared with other beach resorts around the world. Crystal clear waters, a fascinating culture, and incredibly tasty food make Thailand the perfect place to live and work. To top it off, Thailand is also among the cheapest and safest places to live in the world. South Korea isn't the cheapest country in which to work and live. Teaching English is the obvious work choice, as South Korea has made a name for itself as one of the best destinations in the world for teaching English as a foreign language. Korea's modern cities rival those in the US and Europe. The countryside is stunning and diverse, the food is incredible, and the people are friendly, making it a great destination to work. It might not be your typical work-abroad destination, but working in China can be both very affordable and very lucrative at the same time. Salaries here are higher than in many other Asian countries, and the economy is booming, which means that there are plenty of jobs to choose from. Of course, the big cities like Shanghai and Beijing will come with a higher price tag, but salaries will also be significantly higher. China is an incredible country to explore, and many work-abroad programs will host events and even throw in free Mandarin classes, so you might even end up learning a whole new language while there. Do you really want to work and live abroad, but worry about getting lost in translation? Worry no more, as there are also some affordable countries where English is spoken, like South Africa. 5 on our list of the best and cheapest countries to live in. Possibly the cheapest English-speaking country to live in is South Africa. Not only can you get by without having to go to language school, but most South African cities also have a high standard of living, similar to Western cities, which will make the transition. This makes it a strong contender as the cheapest English-speaking country to live in. If that's not enough, then Africa's most southern country is also one of the most culturally and naturally diverse on the planet. From safaris to whale watching, river rafting to zip lining, you definitely won't get bored in South Africa. Why travel further than you need to, when Mexico is just a hop, skip, and a cheap flight away for most Americans and Canadians? Mexico has something to offer everyone. Think Mayan ruins in the jungle, turquoise Caribbean waters, and laid-back beach towns on the Pacific Ocean. Oh, and have we mentioned the street food yet? From tacos to tamales, ceviche to aguas frescas, the food isn't only drool-worthy, but also super cheap. If you avoid tourist traps like Cancun or Playa del Carmen and opt for more local destinations like Mérida or Guanajuato, living costs can be a fraction of those in. You might be surprised to find Bulgaria on our list of cheapest countries to live and work, but hear us out. If you'd love to work and live abroad in Europe, but are put off by the high price tags of countries such as Italy and France, turn your gaze to Eastern Europe. Bulgaria is one of the cheapest countries in Europe to live and has quickly become a favorite among travelers. A modest budget could allow you to live like a king in Bulgaria, and the country's central location is perfect for exploring the region, with countries like Greece, Turkey, and Romania. Bulgaria has a rich and vibrant history dating back over 8,000 years ago, so there's plenty to explore in your time off. Costa Rica is probably the most popular country in Central America, and for a very good reason, not just because it's one of the 10 cheapest countries to live in. Lush jungles, tropical beaches, and friendly locals will make you fall in love with this country and its pura vida vibe immediately. And you don't need to go broke while living and working there, because Costa Rica is one of the cheapest countries to live in for Americans. Bargain flights from thus can also be found easily, making a trip to Costa Rica even more attractive. Although Costa Rica is more expensive than other countries in the region, such as Guatemala or Nicaragua, salaries also tend to be higher, which makes up the difference. For those wanting to live and work in an exotic place, but not pay a fortune, Vietnam is any budget traveler's dream. It's one of the best and cheapest countries to live in for expats. Although Vietnam is still a bit of an insider tip when it comes to cheap countries in which to live and travel, there's plenty to see and do. Vietnam has stunning landscapes to explore, delicious local cuisine for foodies, and is also somewhat of an adventure travel destination.